But I think there are better weapons now, which is, you know, it's nice for sure, because this thing was crazy for a bit. Still crazy. I still love it. Oh my... Oh, that double. So hello gamers and welcome back to another video. Now the PDW or SMG class got an update a while ago and there were some really overpowered ones and then they nerfed them. Now you might be thinking that the SMG class sucks, and that is definitely not the case. There are a lot of really good ones with specific attachments, and today we're going to be going over the top 10 of them. So subscribe if you're new. Only 30% of people watching my videos are subscribed, and even if you've been watching my videos for a while, there's a chance that you weren't actually subscribed. So the first one is actually the AUG A3 Para. Yes, this gun is actually good. They did lower the fire rate of it, but it has the ability to 3-hit to about 90 studs with the long barrel and plus P now, because they completely overbuffed the SMG long barrel, and it's way better than any other long barrel. This weapon can also 2-hit kill to the head. So while it doesn't have the best time to kill of any of the SMGs, it absolutely has some of the best ranges. So this is actually a really close gun, a gun we're going to talk about later, but it has a better 3-hit kill than that gun. I think the other one is better, but this one is really good. At the number 9 spot, we have the M3A1. This is a bad loadout. Oh my gosh. Actually, it's not too bad because this gun has no recoil. Yeah, I'm literally running the highest recoil setup, but it doesn't matter because this gun is really accurate. And let me just say, it's better than it's ever been. Muzzle velocity is really bad, but it can 2-hit kill to the limbs, does about 90 to the head or something like that. It's a really high headshot multiplier. It doesn't shoot that quick, and there's a gun later on this list that kind of does it better in my opinion, but if you want to run around and 2-tap people to the body, this is 100% a great option. I will say it has really bad bullet velocity now. It used to have better bullet velocity, and yeah, I'm still not running a great visual recoil setup, but as you can see, the recoil itself is very accurate, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, maybe I'm kind of loud, so I might just be bad and be aiming at the wrong spot, because you know how the recoil is in this game. Oh, that double was sick. Listen, run a muzzle booster, but yeah, do not run like skeleton grip and stuff. It is just way over the top. Next up, we have a super underrated weapon now, which is the PP19 Bison. This gun has always been super mid, not gonna lie, but now they've given it a 5-hit kill anywhere on the body at all ranges, which is great. They've also made the recoil really low, and they've made the overall damage a lot more consistent, and now it's actually really good. It has a fire rate of 700, which is really not the best in the world, but it's a 3-hit, and 3-hit at 700 RPM cannot be understated. Very similar time to kill to the AUG A3 Para, but it just has that massive magazine, and you can't really go wrong with a magazine of this size, you know? As you can see, the recoil is also great on it now. Like, the recoil is really good. The main downside is, like most of the SMGs now, it just doesn't have great muzzle velocity, which is kind of sad, but you know, decent enough. 1250 is yeah, it's not the best in the world. Most of the SMGs are around this, and as long as your gun isn't firing that slowly, you can kind of correct for bad muzzle velocity. Oh yeah, they're spawning in there and dying. I don't even have to worry about those guys. Now you I have to worry about, because you're weird and you're camping with the NTW on a close range map. Like, what the frick? Okay, my aim was not great there. Next up, we actually have the Rama. Now, this went down quite a few places on this list. However, if you run hollow point, it's actually still really good. It used to 3-hit kill anywhere on the body, and now it's a 3-hit kill only if you're hitting the limbs and you have hollow point, which is kind of sad. There's a gun later on this list that most people think does a little bit better in terms of that. And yeah, a gun with 950 RPM that has a 3-hit kill opportunity to a really far range as well is really good for 80 bullets, you know? The recoil is just not really the best, in my opinion, for this 3-hit. It's really inconsistent to use if you're aiming for the legs. But as you can see, it can be pretty good. Also with long barrel, the muzzle velocity is 1400, which is a little bit better than some of the other ones. 1400 is more comparable to some of the older SMGs, which is great because, yeah, muzzle velocity is one of the biggest downsides of the SMG class. At the number 6 spot, we actually have the MP5K, which before it would definitely go more towards the top 5, but number 6 is still great considering this weapon had a massive fall off and then it came back a bit. They removed the 3-hit kill and then they actually added it back, but it's only to 25 studs as with long barrel. But if you're running 10 mil, you can still 3-tap to about 95 studs with the long barrel, which is absolutely insane because you have 900 RPM and great mobility. I think this kind of destroys the Rama in a lot of ways. Yes, it doesn't shoot as quickly, so technically the time to kill is worse. Amazing 3-hit kill range, and most importantly, way better mobility, which I think, honestly, for an SMG, you want more mobility, right? The Rama feels pretty freaking slow to use, especially with long barrel, but you kind of have to run long barrel when it comes to SMGs in this game because the long barrel gives you so much range now. It gives you 25% range, both max and min. Let me out of the way. There's another nade. There's another nade. This is so fun. Aren't you guys having fun? Let me know down in the comments. Do you guys like the nades? Do you guys think the nades are balanced and fun? I think across the board, all the nades should get a nerf to their kill ranges. I don't know if that's a controversial opinion, but I know a lot of people don't like 10 mil, so we can take it off. But as you can see, without 10 mil, great recoil, you know? I feel like the Rama just has really annoying recoil with how it works when it comes to your sight. Like, it really goes off of your sight. This one, not so much, like a little bit. A lot of them have a really annoying impact on your sight where they kind of just ruin it. Like, you can't see where you're actually landing your bullets because your sight is off. For this one, that's not really the case, and it can't really 3-hit kill that far, but 25 studs is actually very similar to the old MP5s. Nobody was getting too mad about the old MP5 3-hit kill range, so headshots will increase that 3-hit kill range as well. Just a great gun. Definitely run 10mm though. Next up at number 5, we have the Chris Vector. Yeah, the Chris Vector had a big fall off. Let me just say, if you can land your shots with this, it can be amazing, but it really does not have that performance that it used to have. And I think the meta has shifted a little bit away from it. That being said, it's probably still my favorite SMG, but that's just because I like the fire rate. I don't think it's quite as consistent, but yeah, I'm going to show you some SMGs later that should be overall a little more consistent. This one is all over the place, man. Like, even in close range, sometimes it just doesn't hit, but I'm just the GOAT with the Chris Vector. Definitely still a great weapon, but it really has fallen off when it comes to using it over any kind of range. You used to be able to like almost cross-bat people with it, but now the recoil has, yeah, it's crazy. Like, up close, it's perfectly fine, but it just doesn't work on a lot of the maps in the game anymore, you know? It's definitely great for like a meat grinder map, like containers, but even then, it's like, ooh, look at this range. Point blank, you're gonna go crazy. So definitely still a great weapon, and it has to go somewhere on this list, but I think there are better weapons now, which is, you know, it's nice for sure, because this thing was crazy for a bit. Still crazy. I still love it. Oh my gosh, like I said, I'm just cracked with this gun. Okay, at number 4, we have the MP7. Now, this one had a massive fall off, and no, you're not gonna, that's crazy. No, you're not gonna see the P90 on this list anywhere. But yeah, the MP7 is still a great weapon. Like, it has not really gone much of anywhere. It doesn't have laser beam recoil anymore. It used to have a lot better recoil. But with a full loadout, it still has really good recoil. Not perfect recoil, but definitely still good recoil. 950 RPM, great muzzle velocity, great min damage. It can actually 5-hit all ranges if you're running AP, and you have to be hitting torso shots, so it's definitely a more difficult SMG to get a 5-hit out of versus some of the other ones, but also the muzzle velocity is so good that it's not really, you know? This one really feels like a pocket assault rifle in a lot of ways. I do not understand. Like, every bizarre lobby I get into is full of nades. In terms of time to kill, the Vector is simply better. So if you're running it on very close range map, the Vector would be better. But then again, you know, time to kill difference, it's really not too bad. Like, the time to kill on this one is 0.13 seconds, which is, it's still 0.1 seconds, you know? Yeah, it's not quite 0.1, but you know what I mean. At number 3, we actually have the Colt SMG. Now, this one, with the hollow point ammo, it can 3-hit to about almost 100 studs. Oh my gosh, that is actually farther than I thought. And it has 1000 RPM, and honestly, the recoil is, it's not perfect by any means, but it is still really good. What? You were lagging. I'd say this kind of beats out the Rama. It shoots faster, it handles better. I'd say maybe the Rama is more accurate, but I just like the handling in this one a little bit more, and the fire rate. Definitely not my absolute favorite SMG at the moment, but you can't even make the argument that it's not good because it can 3-hit kill to 100 studs, which is just insane, but you have to be hitting 3 limb shots in a row, which can be pretty difficult to do if you're not trained at it. I don't understand the nade spam. Oh, did I mention that this can 2-shot headshot? It can also do that, which is really cool. Just keep in mind that all of that stuff is with the hollow point ammo, okay? If you're not running the hollow point ammo, this thing is, it's fine, I guess. Not really anything too special without the hollow point, though. You have to get the hollow point ammo. Make sure you honestly pre-buy it. At the number 2 spot, we got a gun that a lot of people aren't going to expect. That's the Colt Mars. I think a lot of people expected this to be number 1, and I actually have a gun that I believe is better. This is a lot like the MP7. It doesn't really shoot quite as fast, but in a lot of ways, it's like the MP7, where it really does feel like you're starting to use an assault rifle. And that's especially true for this one because it has 32 to 21 with a slight torso multi and a better than average headshot multi. And and it has 2600 muzzle velocity and 1.5 studs a pen. All those stats are amazing for an assault rifle, and if you had an assault rifle with all these stats, I think it might be one of the best. Not to mention that this also has 825 RPM, which is still good, not quite as fast as the MP7, and the recoil is not too bad, not gonna lie. This gun used to do like 27 damage, and it was still alright. And then they're like, you know what, we'll make it do 32, and it's now able to 3-hit kill to the body, which is really good, obviously. And you can still see that I can beam people at range. A lot of people are going to say that this is the #1 in the SMG category, and I can totally agree that it is one of the best, for sure. It's also got more reserve ammo and a faster reload than many of the assault rifles as well. They basically stacked everything about this gun except for the damage, because it used to do like 27 damage, which was not that good. But then they were like, we'll make it 3-hit, so it still has all these awesome stats. Like, everything else about the gun is good. And then also we made the time to kill good. Like the M16A3, it's not supposed to be really the best at everything, it's just supposed to be really good at everything, and then the damage is what keeps it pretty balanced. And they're like, whatever, less than 0.1 second time to kill. Actually, is that true? I think it's true. I don't know. Am I spreading misinformation? I think it's under 0.1 seconds time to kill. It is 0.15. Okay, that's not true. In a lot of ways, yeah, this gun is amazing. Like, if you just want the most consistent weapon, this might be taking on some of the best assault rifles in the game. Maybe it just is better. We'll talk about that in my assault rifle top 10. Subscribe and like the video right now. Like the video, guys. Everybody like the video if you want to see a top 10 for the assault rifles. But enough yapping. Let's get on to the #1 spot. Because what could be better than this? Well, it's actually the 5.0. Yeah, 5.0 is definitely best for closer ranges, but it's also great for longer ranges. When it comes to up to about 50 or so studs, this is just the GOAT, because it can one-shot headshot. It's like the M3A1, but it also can one-shot to the head. Look at 97 from there even. Yeah, the headshot kill range isn't super far, but it's also a 2-hit kill body pretty far, and it's a 4-hit kill all ranges. So yeah, if you asked anybody before the SMG update, what is the best SMG? Everybody would have said the 5.0, but then everybody kind of got carried away and went, oh no, this gun isn't as good anymore, because we got guns like the MP7, we got guns like the Vector with SIG ammo. And they were all like, yeah, this is not really the GOAT anymore, but I'm gonna say it right now, this is the GOAT. This is the GOAT of the SMG class. Even 67 to the head from there. It is actually, I think, a 2-hit kill to the head at all ranges, which, for an SMG, that's crazy. Let me know which category I should do next for top 10, and subscribe if you're new, but I will see you all later. Bye-bye.